Hey guys! So this is actually an extension of the last video we made about, where to live in Toronto. And this is more about finding your first temporary residence when you come down to Toronto. So there are like multiple options, but like more or less I would recommend you to either go with the one of the two we are telling you. So hostels, Airbnb, and
homestay services.
Yeah. So we both had different experiences. Anna here stayed with homestay services. I stayed in a hostel, and it was pretty good experiences. In both the cases, we were very satisfied. So now we'll be telling you the exact process as to how to book them, how much should be their pricing, for how many days should you book them,
and what they offer, and about facilities as well.
Okay, so let's start with the hostels. Okay, so hostels are more or less available on many different websites. Sometimes even colleges provide them. They're also from hostels.com. There are many different websites, but what I would recommend you, to solve the puzzle for you, just go to airbnb.com. So for my friends who don't know what Airbnb is a website where you can actually book, like rooms or beds in people's houses. So eventually what you want to do is you want to go to Airbnb. You want to put down your location. So if you're coming to Toronto, if you're coming to Vancouver, if you're coming to Ottawa, just put down your location there, okay? And how many days to book it for now. The next thing you need to put it is how many days you want to book it for. So what would you advise?
Like, I don't know, I think the better way, you have to book like for 10 days, maybe for 15 days. So it should be up to 2 weeks, because 2 weeks is enough to understand what is going on in the city, how to find better place, which region is better to live, an area.
So where I did it, when I did it, it was, I did it for 10 days, and I think it was more than enough because I found my permanent residence within 8 days.
Oh, okay.
So more or less the goal of having a hostel is when you want to go directly to your own house after that 1 week or 2 weeks of settling down in Canada and understanding a little bit about the city, and you have, you're going away, you get going, and now you want to move to your own house. So you book the place for somewhere around 7 to 15 days, I think should be great. Okay. Another thing is how many days before coming to Canada should you be booking your hostel? So the answer to that is
2 months before. Like, it should be like June.
Yeah. As soon as possible.
If you come in August, for example, in the end of August, if you're a student and your program starts in September, it's better for you to book like in the end of May, in June, because after it will be very hard to find, because a lot of
But eventually it all comes down to when do you get your visa. So the day you get your visa, I would recommend you do it on the very, very same day. The day you get your notification that now you have to submit your passport. If you're coming to India, you will get a notification that you have to submit your passport to, an agency or a embassy. So directly that straight day, find it, book it, pay it, send the request. Okay. Reason being because it gets very, very competitive around the September time.
And the prices go higher.
Yeah, because all the students come in September, hostels are filled up. You will not find a place. If you look for it in mid of August, it will be very, very hard for you. Okay. And now the process. So you put your location, you put down how many days you want to book it for. The next thing is what you should be looking at. So when you go to a hostel, okay, there are like facilities that they provide you. So you get like a bed, you get like a common kitchen where you can cook light cooking again, as I said in my last video. So if you didn't watch my last video, you gotta go and watch it. It will be somewhere here. A pop-up will come, and the link will also be in description. So you go to that, okay, and you'll be able to understand what hostels are. But more or less in hostels you find facilities like your own bed, a common shared bathroom, a common shared kitchen, and some storage area as well. It's nothing too fancy. It should be just functional. And coming down to how much you should be paying for it, because all my friends coming down from Ukraine, all my friends coming down from Asia, we're always concerned about spending and varying a budget, which is totally okay. So the budget you want to be spending on a hostel when you come down here is typically somewhere around $30 to $45. If you're coming in a big city like Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal, your prices can be a little steeper, maybe even up to $45 for a bed in a hostel, or even if you get like your own room, you can sometimes get it for like $45 on Airbnb. That's generally the pricing you should be looking at. If you're going to some place a little cheaper, like smaller cities like, Ottawa, Oshawa, Edmonton,
a lot of colleges,
London, Windsor, Tons of colleges around here, tons of colleges in British Columbia as well. So there you can take like $5 less, more or less.
The price will not be
significantly cheaper, because Airbnb
same.
services are pretty standardized on the prices. Now,
how many people, by the way,
I think so. Like, when I went to a hostel, there were 4 people in my room. Okay. Another rule I would tell you is there are male dormitories, there are female dormitories, and there are mixed dormitories. So if you're a girl who wants to only share a room with girls, you can select in Airbnb that you want when you go to a house, it will give you the option 1 single bed in a mixed dormitory, 1 single bed in a male dormitory. You can select there. Also, it will show you how many other people are in that room. So some places have only 2 people in rooms, some have 4. Okay, the facilities are okay. The only thing is when there are more people in a room, you got to make sure one thing: you don't pay too high when you have 8 people in a room. If you have 8 people, you should not be paying more than $30
a lot.
For. No, they have bigger rooms. They have the facilities. The only thing is when you have 8 people in a room, 2 problems can happen. One is sometimes people snore at night, okay? Which was a big problem when I was staying in a hostel. One guy was snoring, and I just went to the host, the reception, and I told them, hey, I have a problem with somebody. And immediately the next day they shifted me to another room, which had only 2 people. So people in Airbnb hostels, they're very, very...
And you did not pay more?
No, you don't pay more because it's because of them. And the next thing is sometimes what can happen is air conditioning might not be very good at one spot. So you can again talk to the house owner. They will be able to adjust you and help you out with that. Okay, and one point I missed out about living in hostels is that normally you do have either lockers or common storage spaces. So a rule of thumb and a personal advice to you would be that you always carry 2 small locks. I think I would even recommend you to anybody who's coming new to Canada, like to bring 2 locks and always keep them on your luggage, because like there are not too many bad people in Canada. It's highly unlikely that somebody will steal. But you should always have, your precautions there. So just put those 2 small locks and use it. So guys, let's talk about the other type of housing, the temporary housing that actually Anna stayed in one, and it's called homestays. So homestays are actually, like houses where they not just provide you individual room, so you don't share your bedroom with somebody else. At the same time, they also provide you cooked meals, which is very, very important. So for the people who don't know anything how to cook and you're a little scared, how will you find your food on the first day you land here? You better start living in a homestay. So there are multiple websites. Which one did you use?
I used homestayservices.ca. I will put link in the description, and you'll just directly talk to them and ask them what you prefer and which family you would like to live with. So they provide you a private bedroom and shared kitchen and shared space, living room, shared bathroom, everything. And these people will give you food as well. So they can provide you either 3 meals, either 2 meals, either 1 meal, depends how much you want to pay. And always they're very helpful. And if you have some doubts where to go, which event to visit or whatever, you can ask them and they will definitely help you.
So the booking process is pretty similar to booking a college residence, and the thing is with homestay services, you go to a website, you fill an application, and we will have the link in description of one website that Anna used, and they're very good with it. Again, we're not paid by either Airbnb or this website. Nobody paid it.
We just have a personal recommendation.
We use them, and we want to make the things easier for you guys. So you can go there, you can fill an application. You will put down, what kind of place you need. You need your own bedroom. Sometimes there are even places which have a shared bedroom.
Just basically you describe everything that you would like to have.
And they have selection options.
You can tell that you don't prefer to live with animals, or you don't like small kids, or you don't eat this kind of food, or you're a vegetarian. So basically you just describe in details everything that you like and that you prefer and would like to have.
And they will find you the best possible options and families, and then you come on an agreement, you pay the money, and I think typically you book it for 1 month and then you extend every month.
This is very nice that you don't need to pay in advance for half a year, for 1 year, as you need to do in dormitories or in college, some residences. So you just pay every month, and it's pretty comfortable. And if you want to move, you just move, and you just inform that I don't want to leave next month.
So that's about homestays, okay? So you pay every month. Coming down to hostels, you pay it on a daily basis, like a hotel, you pay it on per day. Again, both of these I would recommend for you to not be more than, when you go to a hostel, don't take in more than 15 days at all. That's just too much of money spent. And when you go into homestay services, yes, they are cheaper, you know, you pay like $800 to $1,000, which you get food as well. But the thing is, these are again all temporary solutions, because when you will be working here, you will need your own personal space. So you come back, you want to throw your underwear, you want to throw your laptop around. These things don't work well in any of these options. So these are, you know, temporary stays where you stay for like 15 days to 2 months, and you want to be finding your own personal space. Regarding which we will make another video. Okay, so this will cover your room rentals, house rental, apartments, basements, renting a whole house, sharing, everything together. Okay, you've heard of something known as Kijiji, which is the biggest
best website,
the biggest jargon, a biggest puzzle. People just don't find their houses. They keep looking at it from their home countries for 2 weeks. So we'll explain you everything about how to get Kijiji.
Use it, right?
Yeah. And that will be for another video, but thank you for watching till now. It was great video, I guess. And we'll see you on next video. Ciao.
Thank you.